Officer for the Hillsborough School District, and in a moment I would like to introduce our Superintendent Travis Ryman. First off, I just want to remind everyone that the situation that occurred over the weekend is still an active police investigation. We will not be able to share any names or details beyond those which have already been made public. Superintendent Ryman is willing to entertain a few questions after he makes his remarks. And now, without further ado, Superintendent Ryman.
Thank you, Beth. Thanks for being here, everybody. This has been an emotional morning for us as a school district, and I appreciate you being here and allowing me to make a statement. First off, I would like to acknowledge that we had one student from Hillsborough High School killed over the weekend, and another student from Liberty High School injured. Our hearts go out to the families and the loved ones of these students. The gun violence happened at a party at a private residence over the weekend outside of school. I would like to acknowledge, though, that events that take place outside of school have a huge impact on students inside of our schools, and I wanted to share a little bit about what we're doing to take care of our students and staff this morning. I wanted to share that this morning we have increased police presence as well as increased staff at each of our high schools. We also have what we call our flight team, which is a group of school administrators and counselors who can attend a school when we have an event like a tragedy or a trauma that happens in school to help mostly with students and staff who are in the grieving process and to model healthy grieving. And we believe grieving is done best in community. So we're excited that we have our flight team out this morning to support in every way that they can, and we've set up in the library at Hill High in order for students to be able to access counseling services as needed. We also had teachers this morning read a statement to students in their first period classes so that they can understand what supports are available for them and that school continues to be a safe place for them to be. I also wanted to share that HSD, Hillsborough School District, is part of a coalition of community partners who are working together to address pathways to violence that are available to our students. Right now we're working with a coalition of partners that include the Beaverton Police Department, the Hillsborough Police Department, Washington County Sheriff's Office, who provides school resource officers to our rural schools, as well as the Beaverton School District, and partners like the Latino Network, the Rosas Program, Raices Program, as well as Washington County Juvenile Services, as a collaborative to address pathways to violence that confront our students and replace those pathways with pathways to success by building partnerships with community-based organizations and activities in school like athletics, arts, and music so that students can find connection in school and have an alternative to pathways to violence. When I talk about pathways to violence, I'm referring to unsafe social networks like gang activity, extremist groups, white supremacist groups, and online forums that create an opportunity for students to engage in violence. Our antidote to those pathways to violence is building connections in our schools and making sure that students know that they belong in our schools. If families are watching this, I would encourage you to try to be aware of what your students are doing online. Make sure that you help your students connect with activities like arts, athletics, music at school. Make sure that you help your students connect with teachers and counselors. And if you, for any reason, need to reach out to a school counselor or administrator to support your students' connection with school or safe activities that they can be doing, please don't hesitate to do that. We're here for your students. We care to create that safe connection at school, that sense of belonging, and those relationships that we know will help students avoid pathways to violence out there in the community facing them today. I want to let you know today we're wrapping our arms around our students in school, and we'd encourage our families to wrap your arms around students at home. This has been an emotional day for us yesterday when we found out about the loss and the injury of our students, and we ask our families to help us connect with your students about this topic today. As a school district, we can't control what happens outside of our schools. We can't control what happens on the weekend, but I want the community to know that we're here to keep our students safe. We're here to keep our students connected, and we're here to work with partners to promote safety and well-being in the community. Thank you. I'm happy to take a couple questions at this time.
Is the suspect a student?
This is an ongoing police investigation, and I can't answer that at this time.
You had mentioned that law enforcement would be on 3 district school grounds today. Why is that? Is there any ongoing threat to students?
I did mention that we have our school resource officers and an increased police presence at our high schools today. We actually have 4 high school campuses where we have that going on. The reason for that is so that students, when they arrive at school, understand that they can see police and increased number of staff available if they need any resources. Also, just the feeling of safety when they arrive at school is important to us. I myself was out at Hillsborough High School greeting students this morning, saying good morning and letting them know that we're here for them and that school will continue as usual.
Can you just talk about the emotion there this morning, like what that felt like being there?
Yeah, Hill High was a somber place this morning. When we have a tragedy like this, we'll do a stand-up meeting with staff early before the day starts, and our principal and our flight team leader addressed the staff, talked about the message that was to be read to students this morning so that staff feel prepared to model that grief is okay and that we're here as a community to deal with this situation. I can also say I connected with some of our counselors who were actually at the home of the student that we lost yesterday, and the emotion was heavy with them. There were some tears this morning about a student that we care about. So.
Does the district plan to have any sort of a district-wide vigil or event for students later on this week?
Not at this time. Thanks for being here, and thanks for the opportunity for me to communicate about this with our community. And we take this event really seriously, and we'll continue to be here for our students and our staff as we move forward. Thank you.